So you can take an extra die. What is his power plus strength on the weapon?
It's 13.
Okay, my armor is 13, so my guy automatically dies. There's no way for you to fail that. Even triple ones does not count as a failure. Only in your skill rolls, when you roll for your range or melee attack, will a triple one or a double one be an automatic miss.
Okay.
So he's dead.
So now, I activate Vlad.
That's right.
So I guess it doesn't matter, but I'll cast Blood of Kings.
Yep.
To soup him up. So he gets a +3 speed, strength, mat, defense, and armor.
Okay, so Blood of Kings is cast.
And then I can make a charge attack towards your caster.
That is correct. So his speed right now is 9, so you can charge 12 inches. And you'll want to get within ½ inch of her because both your weapons do not have reach. But you can do that pretty easily.
So I can measure within 14 inches, so...
12 inches. And you turn to face her. Okay, so now you can make 2 initial attacks. The first initial attack will be automatically boosted in its damage. So what is your melee attack?
My melee attack is 7.
Okay, but right now it's +3 to that.
So it's 10.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous, basically. My defense is 16. You need to roll 6 or higher. Now you have no more focus left over to boost these, so you're only going to get these 2 attacks, but they're going to be pretty hard-hitting attacks.
But my first attack is boosted on damage?
Damage, not attack.
Okay.
So if you miss your first attack, and you have to declare what's attacking, so you're obviously going to use your more powerful weapon on your charge, because it's the boosted one. So you're about to roll 6 or higher. This is where it really matters. You got it.
Woo!
So now it's automatically boosted, so you get 3 dice. Now what's its power plus strength normally?
It's 13.
That's your strongest weapon?
Yes.
So now it's 16. My armor is 14. So you're going to do dice +2 damage.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, well she has 17 hit points. So you get 3 dice. So if you roll 15 or higher with those 3 dice, she's dead.
Oh.
So 8, yeah, that's a pretty bad roll. But still, 8 + 2, that's 10 of her 17 damage is gone from that first attack. So what we do, we're going to put her back in the sleeve thingy, is we will mark off the first 10 boxes. So 7, 8, 9, 10. She's dead, by the way. I don't think she's going to survive this. Okay.
And,
so
I get another attack.
You get your other initial attack, which will not be boosted.
Right.
Because it's not your charge attack. So you need to roll 6 or higher.
Normal.
Oh, failed. Oh, maybe she's not dead.
Well, now I have to completely rely on my warjack.
Okay, now before you do your warjack, you need to declare that you're using your feat.
Oh, yes. I do. Oh, so the feat I can declare at any time during his activation.
That's right, as long as you don't run. You can't use a feat if you run.
Okay.
All right, so he has Blood of Kings on him, so even if I survive this, it's going to be hard to kill your caster with a... What's your normal defense and armor on Vlad?
On Vlad, my normal defense is 15, armor 16.
So right now he's 18 defense, 19 armor. He's as strong as a jack and as hard to hit as one of the fastest agile people in the world. So he's a beefy character right now. And he has 18 hit points instead of 17 like my caster does. So before you do anything, you can measure your control range to kind of get the distance from the jack to my caster so you can make a decision on what you want to do. It looks like she is about 10 inches away. Now the problem is this guy is kind of in the way. Otherwise you could declare a charge and get all your initial attacks on her and definitely kill her. But it looks like this guy is going to be in the way. And so you're going to need to trample through, basically.
Now, if I fail to kill him when I trample, do I still pass through him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you pass through first, and then you roll for everything that you pass through.
Okay. And so what's the... Oh, so the charge gives the boost, automatic boost.
And you get both your initial attacks. So a charge would give you the advantage of allowing you to use both your attacks. A trample, you're done. And then you have to buy extra attacks.
Okay.
So you don't get your initial attacks because you did a power attack.
And the trample requires a focus or no?
That is correct.
Okay.
Because your feat only allows you to run or charge without spending focus. But you probably can't run in a straight line because if you look at a straight line, it would go through this and then you would hit your own caster.
I'd have to be ½ inch away.
Which would be right about there. So you'd probably be just out of ½ inch.
Right.
Unless Vlad had charged, because he was a little shy. So we'll say that he had charged his full distance. So I would charge, now that we've determined that he's moved.
Right, okay.
I would charge your war jack. But in this case, it's so important that we're going to use a measuring tape to make sure you're going in a straight line. So are you going to charge? Is that your declaration?
I'm going to try to charge.
Okay. So a straight line, you just go like this. Okay, so move your jack along that line, but make sure you measure the distance. So his charge is 11 inches right now. So you definitely have the distance. So move along this line. And you're there. So she's dead. Because you're going to get your two, because you didn't have to use a focus to charge, which you normally do.
Well, that's exciting.
And then you get both your initial attacks. So obviously you're going to use your axe as your charge attack, because that alone will lop her head off if you hit her. Now, he doesn't have the advantage of the high mat that Vlad has. So what is his mat? Is it 6?
His mat is 6.
You're up against 16 defense. You need to roll 10 or higher. So you're going to want to spend a focus to boost that attack.
Could I spend 2 focus?
No, you can only ever spend 1 focus. Basically, you can only ever boost an attack. So for example, your damage roll is already boosted. So you could not spend a focus to get another die on top of that.
Okay.
So you really want to hit with your charge attack.
Right.
So you spend a focus. Now you get 3 dice. You have to roll 10 or higher. So still not a guaranteed thing, but 10 or higher and 3 dice is about a 55 to 60% chance. And you missed. Okay, so now you get your other initial attack, which you also need 10 or higher to hit. Okay. So here you have to make a decision, because this attack most likely is not going to kill her, although what is your other attack? What is the power plus strength?
10.
Yeah, so it's only, no, it's higher than that. You're looking at the wrong guy.
Oh, that, 15.
Yeah, 15. I was going to say, your strength of your jack is 12, so you can't have any attacks lower than 12. So 15 against her armor of 14, and she only has 7 hit points left. So that attack could kill her if you hit, but you could always buy another attack, use the axe after you try this one, is all I'm saying. So my advice would be not to boost it, and just try to roll 10 on 2 dice. Because if it fails, you can buy another attack with the axe and boost it. Whereas if you boost this attack, you can only buy another attack and you can't boost it, which means you might as well boost the one that's really, really powerful.
So if I boost to hit, I can't boost damage as well?
Sure you can. So you could actually do that as well. But it's, oh, well, that's up to you. Do you want an extra attack, or do you want to boost this one? That's tough. Do you want to try to roll 10 or higher twice, once on 2d6 and once on 3d6, or do you want to only try it once on 3d6? When either of those attacks, if they get through, are likely to kill her without being boosted. So I would say, then we're doing a bit of math hammer here.
That's true.
That
my first instinct told me otherwise, but now that you put it that way,
yeah,
it makes sense to have more chances.
Yes, because either of them are most likely going to kill her. They think of it this way: her armor's 14, your power plus strength is 15. You're going to do dice plus 1. You only have to do 7 points of damage. So if one of them gets through, if it's the weaker one, you have to roll 6 or higher on 2 dice to kill her, which is pretty straightforward. It's not too hard to do. If the other one gets through, I don't even think you have to roll your dice. I think she's automatically dead.
It's 19. It's
yeah, you'd have to, if you roll double 1, that would be 7 points of damage. It would kill her. So if the bigger one gets through, she's dead. If the smaller one gets through, you only have to roll 6 or higher to hit. So it sounds like you want to get more attacks in.
But if I boost it, then I get 3d6 to hit, get 6.
And then you buy the other attack. It's only 2d6 to do the auto kill.
Right.
So if anything, you want to boost the better one.
So I will just normally attack them.
All right.
The other normal attack.
So the first one misses. So you're going to buy another attack with a focus.
So use focus, buy an attack.
And then you're going to use a focus and boost it. And you got to roll 10 or higher.
I need 10 or higher. If I get 10 or higher,
she's dead.
If she's dead.
Automatically.
If not, then
you might be dead.
A lot.
Yes. 10 exactly. So no, we did calculate that already. So 19 against her armor of 14. So you're going to do dice plus 5. So if you roll 2 1s, you're going to do 7 damage, which is exactly how much she has left. So you don't even have to roll.
I did anyways.
She's dead.
Overkill.
So we reach across, shake hands, and the game is over. So let's skip the camera angle and talk about this for a second. Well, it's rule number 1. When you're demoing a game, you always lose.
Oh.
Not that I did it on purpose.
I'm just a really good player. I was told how to win by the person that was against me.
Doesn't matter. You're learning the game. It doesn't really matter. In fact, here's a tip for you. If you are ever demoing a game to a friend, automatically try to lose. In this case, I didn't really try to lose. I just I was just kind of showing you how to play, and it just worked out that way. But really try to lose, because against certain players, that'll actually get them into the game if they win, and it'll actually push them away from the game if they lose. Anyways, side note. So let's talk about this game. So what are your first impressions of it?
I like the mechanics. It's pretty fun. There's a lot of rules, but they seem like, with any kind of game, there's lots of rules, but they seem simple and straightforward enough that they're like easier to understand than other game systems sometimes.
They're very similar as well. Like there's lots of different rules, but you're doing your magic, you're doing your range, you're doing your melee, you're rolling 2d6, adding the attack, and trying to beat the defense. And you can boost it. And there's different ways to boost it. So it's all the same idea, right?
So everything seems pretty simple. It's just a matter of experience and how you use your focus, how you move all the resources available to you.
So when I came up and destroyed most of your one squad, did you think you had lost at that point?
Well, I didn't think I had lost, but I thought I was behind. I was thinking, well, I might be able to attack and kill most of his gunners, but then it'll be equal, but he's going to go again and hit me, and I'm going to get hurt, so I don't know. So just because of an experience, I thought it was going to be a really hard uphill fight for me, and I was surprised at how relatively easy it was to just slaughter your caster.
Although in the end it wasn't relatively easy. You came down to the very last roll.
That is true. I'd used all my focus, used everything.
Every last attack. If that last attack had not succeeded, then it would have been my turn.
But I had missed an easy roll as well.
That's true. That's true. So it kind of works out that way. Yeah, I find that the game plays that way. If you watch my Warmachine battle reports, you'll have to agree with this, that half the time whoever it looks like is winning at first ends up losing the game. Because what will happen is one player will move forward and use their feat, which is usually super powerful. Like the feats on these casters is nothing compared to some of the other feats.
Really?
Yeah, like there's casters who give everybody within their control area another melee attack. So everybody charges up, and all of a sudden everybody has an extra attack. And if you have 15 guys in your control area, that's 15 extra attacks. I have Epic Butcher. He's the epic version of Butcher, obviously, Epic Butcher. His feat is when he pops his feat, everybody that kills somebody in his control area, he gets a rage token. And then after everybody's done, he hands out those rage tokens to everybody. And they get to use them to make extra attacks, and they can boost and they can do damage with them as well.
So he uses them like focus?
Like kind of like focus, except they can actually use one of them to move and attack for just the one rage token. So the army is like moves again, usually surrounding the caster, because they've like run up. They've sacrificed good positioning, which would normally mean that they would die, but then he has like 10 rage tokens afterwards, and he hands them all out to these guys, who then swarm in or usually around the caster and then smash them to tiny little pieces. And it's super powerful. These ones are powerful too. Like if you had a battle group of 3 heavied warjacks and they all got to do what that one did, that's powerful. And Vlad is very powerful as you can see with Blood of Kings. He's very powerful as just a solo himself. And then Sorsha, she's a lot more powerful than I really used her. She can freeze things in place with a spell. So she can make you stationary, auto hit you with everything. So there's all sorts of cool things. I think the best way to look at it is its balance by everything being imbalanced. Is a good way to look at it. Everything is super powerful. It's about finding the right combinations of units that work well together. And when you do that, like for example with Butcher, you want to bring guys who are you want to bring lots of guys so that he can get lots of rage tokens. You don't want to go after the warjacks in that turn because you can focus all your efforts to kill the one warjack. That's only one rage token. You want to go after all his infantry. Right. So you have to still use the right combos for things to really work out the way you need them to. But when you find those combos, and there's usually several in every army, so there's not just one way to build an army, you can build a very powerful Warmachine army. So you're going to find those with Signar, some super powerful things. And there's certain casters that tend to be more powerful than others, but any experienced player can usually take any caster, build an army around it, and do really well. So that's the nice thing about it. Any other questions or comments?
Oh, well, just thanks for the game, and hopefully by the time you guys are watching this, I'll have bought my first Warmachine models. I was kind of guilted into it after deleting that footage from that one game. I got to make more Warmachine battle reports, right, for you guys to watch, and I'll make it up in Plus, and you guys will be happy. But that's it.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. I know this is extra long, but if you're still here, then thanks double much for watching. Doesn't make any sense. This is Matthew and Dan from MiniWarGaming. Happy wargaming.
Happy wargaming.